Welcome back to Pre-Algebra Chapter 11, Section 5. Why do I have on my stylish party hat? Because this is our last section. We are finished with our Pre-Algebra. Yay! So I got on my stylish party hat. Is it better that way or that way? I think it's better maybe that way, at a jaunty angle. Alright. So what we've been talking about is data. I say data, some people say data. Data, I think that's probably more southern. And one of the things that we have is, with data, is a lot of times we have to figure out the percent. So the book had an example where people would call and see what television program you're watching so they could get the ratings. And that used to be a real big thing. When I was a kid, I remember one time getting the call and telling them that I was watching Scooby-Doo or Batman or the Brady Bunch, one of my favorites, and I was so excited to get to tell them what I was watching so that my show would have great ratings. But now they just like go through the cable TV and they can tell what you're watching. Nobody calls anymore. But this is back in the day. They called 5,000 houses and 780 said that they were watching a program. So we want to know what percent is 780 of 5,000. Well, we use our formula. If you don't know how to do this, go back and watch that videotape on percents. But how you do it is, what is a question word and it goes with percent. So I know where percent goes is what I'm solving for. Is 780, is goes with 780, so I put it where is goes in my formula. Of 5,000, of goes with 5,000, so 5,000 goes where of is in my formula. I cross multiply and solve for x. I put my cross here and I multiply across the cross. 780 times 100 on this side and 5,000 times x on this side. I multiply these out, and then I ask my question. What's my question? Why is x not alone? Because it's being multiplied by 5,000. So I do the opposite. I divide both by 5,000, and what I do to one side, I do to the other. These cancel out, these zeros cancel out, and I have 78 divided by 5, which is 15.6. So 15.6 of all households were watching that show. Wonder what it was. Okay. So one of the things, remember we're talking about honesty in reporting data, and one of the things they do to try to be honest is they will report a margin of error. They will try to figure out, how close they are to the real thing. So going back to the last presidential election, it had Hillary Clinton winning by 15% of the vote, plus or minus 3%. So that means that at worst, she was going to beat Donald Trump by 12%, and at best by 18%. I mean, it was going to be one of the biggest landslides in American history. But they lied and by manipulating the data, and that wasn't it. She did not win in a landslide. And once again, I tell you, honesty is best. It was devastating to her and her supporters. Now, your book has some terrific examples of good and bad data. So I want you to read it. I want you to look at each one. There's a funny one about snakes, about people being afraid of snakes, and it's a terribly manipulated data. Take a look at it. There's a picture of the snake there, and it's a good graph. So really look at those carefully. When I used to teach public school, one of the things that the kids were the worst at was looking at data and interpreting it and reading graphs. How do you get good at it? By practicing it. So you really need to take time, read your book carefully, study these examples of data in your book, watch this videotape, do your homework, and then rejoice because we have finished pre-algebra. Woo! Time to party. Math is great. See ya for Algebra 1.